Hello, everybody. I am the Linkzilla, and boy, was this a long time coming. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but hopefully this will make up for it. Welcome to Strap your seatbelts on, we're taking a nostalgia trip.
What goes up must come down. Yeah, my feet don't touch the ground. See the world spinning upside down. I'm not impressed with how those sound. I can feel your every rage. Step aside, I'll turn the page. Breaking through your crazy maze. Like a laser beam, my eyes on you. Watch me rule the night away. Watch me save the day. Feel my storm is getting close. Heading your way. Sonic heroes. Sonic heroes. Find you, confine you, defying your blade. Sonic heroes. Sonic heroes. Setting the stage for a hero's parade. Sonic heroes. Give us a reason and we're on our way.
Sonic Heroes. This was the first 3D Sonic game I ever played. And I remember when it first came out, the trailers for it and the theme song blaring in the commercials, it got me really excited for it. So, I knew that it was an eventuality that I would have to play it for this channel, and now we are finally going to get to it. Man, I really do have a lot of fond memories of this game because I really think that this game is a lot better than the haters would give it credit for. In a lot of ways, this game actually tried to break away from the format of what the 3D games had been doing at that point, notably Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. Basically, those games had a much more in-depth interactive story that seemed to basically blend Sonic's world with the quote-unquote real world, I guess the best approximation I could get for it, because you see Sonic interacting with a lot more humans besides Dr. Eggman and whatnot. Basically speaking, this game sort of does away with like the main story-driven structure and tries to go back to the classic style of games, basically like completing acts, 2 levels for each act, and then having a boss fight in pretty much random locations with seemingly no through line. Basically just a chance to pretty much explore the same kind of creative freedom that the original Sonic games had, just in a 3D format. The advent of changing between characters was new, though, although by this point, you long since had the option of being able to play as Sonic, Tails, or Knuckles, or Sonic and Tails together, so why not basically give you the option of playing as all 3 all at once and picking and choosing which one you needed based on the situation? And it's a really great and fun mechanic that I really enjoyed, and I wish had come back in later games, and I also wish that other games would implement it as well. I mean, so far the only Sonic game that has implemented something like this since then has been Sonic Boom, but we don't need to talk about that. What really basically draws you in for this game is that it features the return of 2 fan-favorite characters. First being Shadow the Hedgehog, the mysterious dark counterpart to Sonic and the main character of the dark story from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Now, Shadow was always basically an interesting concept, concept as a character, but I feel like most people broke him down and derided him as being nothing but a emo, angsty, bad version of Sonic. But it's actually not that true. Because, I mean, yeah, Shadow has the stereotypical surface layer of what you might expect a character like this to be, but he's actually more a subversion of it, because I've often said that people assume that Shadow is Sonic's rival. He's the Vegeta to Sonic's Goku. The truth actually is much different. Shadow isn't Sonic's rival at all. He actually wants nothing, if not very little, to do with Sonic, because he's already more powerful than Sonic. Occasionally, he will team up with Sonic and does eventually compete with him, but he more or less treats Sonic as an annoyance that he has to deal with more often than not. So, what I'm basically saying is there's a lot more to Shadow than people give him credit for, but we'll have to wait until the next game before we can talk about that. The real drawing factor of this game is basically it features the return of a fan favorite antagonist, Metal Sonic. He hadn't been seen since, I'm guessing, either Sonic CD. That was his first appearance. He's most likely made other smaller appearances, but none that I can think of as being so significant. And this is the first time that really sets him apart as a dangerous antagonist, even more dangerous than the supposed main antagonist of the entire Sonic series. So, those are already good enough reasons to play the game, and it has a bitching soundtrack. Like, seriously. This was back basically like in the days where you could unlock the soundtrack as you play throughout the game, because the makers of this game knew that the soundtrack they picked was baller. So, but before we begin, I might as well basically give you guys an explanation of where I've been and why I haven't uploaded a video in almost a month. Well, it all started basically the second week of November, where I was basically getting prepared for a visit from my father. You guys know that he lives in Mexico City, so in order for him to come and visit us, he has to take a plane to Dallas and then take a plane over here to visit us. And, unfortunately, even though I told them about this back in September, my sisters got it in their heads that Dad wasn't going to come. But that's just their excuse, because they actually didn't want him to come, but they're just too cowardly to admit it. The thing about it is they were a bit worried about having anyone come and visit them with the whole COVID situation on. So my dad was actually pretty hurt, because he's flat out being told that his own daughters don't want him to travel all this way to come and visit them for Thanksgiving. So I seem to be the only one in the family that was interested in seeing him. So Dad basically proposed an idea. He had to go to Texas in order to pick up some stuff from his brother that his stepchildren have ordered in the United States. They didn't want to pay the shipping costs for it, so they figured he could just go up there, get them, and bring them back down himself. So either way, he has to go to Texas. So he figured, since I'm basically the only one who wants to see him, why not spend the money that would have got him over here to get me to Texas to hang out with him for the week of Thanksgiving? So I would basically fly out to Texas, we'd stay at his brother's place, my uncle, just like we did back in September, and we'd basically kind of have a Thanksgiving over there with my grandparents and my uncle, and it seemed like it would be a good time. Now, don't get me wrong, the first time I had a not-so-great time when I went to visit him back in late August and early September, but that's because it was still basically summer and it was 100 degrees out there. Being basically like at the tail end of fall, it would have been a whole lot cooler, so I figured, why not? It would give me a chance to get out of town. Then, the night after we first discussed this, Dad calls me up and says that his new wife gave him an even better idea. Instead of having him go to Texas to meet me halfway, why not bring me all the way down to Mexico? Yeah, you heard it here, folks. I basically took an impromptu trip to Mexico in order to visit my father that was literally planned at the very last minute. So basically, there was a whole lot of scurrying about trying to basically like make sure that I basically got I was able to get the days off work, get on a plane, and get on out of there. Plus, I had a bit of a car trouble, but I don't want to talk about that. Anyway, I spent basically 6 days down in Mexico, and it was a pretty interesting trip. I got to meet my dad's new wife and his stepchildren. They're okay. And I met the guy that basically got my dad a new job down there that's turning out to be really good. I basically got to eat a lot of like a lot of genuine Mexican food that really was quite filling. I mean, I'm actually surprised at how filling the food is down there. And we basically saw a lot of the sights. I saw a whole lot more of Mexico than I was actually prepared to see. Like on day one, my dad took me to see these ruins of some ancient pyramids, the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon. It was really interesting. Then we basically like took a road trip to a silver mining town called Tasco. It was a really beautiful town. It's up on a mountain. We were 9,000 feet above sea level. We were over 9,000 feet, and I drank a Coke. I drank a Coke at 9,000 feet. I don't know why that feels so special to me, but I just keep wanting to say it. So, I got to experience a whole lot of Mexican culture, and I basically came back with a whole lot of stories to tell. But the thing about it is, that was about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. You see, the thing about it is that while I'm still doing my Majora's Mask playthrough, I had actually planned to start recording Sonic Heroes and maybe record a few episodes and post them before I left for Mexico, so that way when I got back, I could get right into it. But unfortunately, I ran out of time and figured I'll just start Sonic Heroes when I get back. Unfortunately, as you guys remember that I moved back in July. I keep getting my Januaries and Julys mixed up. Because I moved back in July, a whole lot of my stuff is still packed away, and so I didn't exactly know where my Sonic Heroes game was. So I basically tore through all my stuff these past 2 weeks looking for it, and only just now, tonight at like 10:45 p.m., I finally discovered where it was, because a few of my boxes have been hidden away in this back closet that is literally just invisible if you're not looking for it. So, it's taken me this long to find Sonic Heroes, and I just feel bad about it. So, that's the explanation that I wanted to give. Let's finally get into Sonic Heroes, shall we? You guys can skip all of that if you actually felt so inclined, because now we are starting the game here at 3:15. We're going to create a new save file. Now, before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to talk about Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal has basically been a controversial Doom game this year, and there are for reasons why. And one of the main criticisms that the game has gotten is the fact that, well, its ammo capacities feel restrictive, and it forces you to chainsaw enemies and swap between weapons far more often than someone who, say, has played classic Doom games or even Doom 2016 would feel comfortable with. Now, the thing about it is that I fully understand the concept behind that game. It's a game that forces you to adapt to play it, otherwise you're not going to have that fun a time. Now, don't get me wrong, there are other problems that I have with the game, but you have to adapt to it. So, why did I bring that up while we're talking about Sonic Heroes? Because Sonic Heroes is a game that's actually largely similar, and I've heard a lot of people complain about the mechanics. This game requires you to switch between characters in order to solve different obstacles instead of playing as just Sonic the entire way through. And this game also has a bit of a control scheme that can feel like the game is fighting against you, that can feel like the game is broken, but in reality, it's really just the player not adapting to how the game actually functions. I have watched people criticize this game on YouTube while it's clear that they just don't know how to play it. I have literally watched someone complain about how broken the controls are while they literally toss themselves off of a cliff. In-game, of course. So that's ultimately the reason why I figured it would be time to play this game and talk about it, because a lot of people criticize this game without knowing how to play it. Fortunately for you guys, I am an expert at it. So, we're going to start off with one-player mode. We're not going to bother with the tutorial. We're going to get the tutorial forced on us later on. Let's start off with the story. Now, the thing about Sonic Heroes is you're given a choice between one of 4 different teams with 3 members per team. Now, the way that it basically goes is like this. There's a hierarchy for the teams. Team Rose here consists of Amy Rose, Cream the Rabbit, and Big the Cat. They are considered the beginners mode, the easy mode. In fact, they are the condescendingly easy mode of the game. And unfortunately, we're going to have to do them, but we're not going to do them first. Team Sonic is the normal version of the game. Basically, this is how the game was designed to be played, featuring classic Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles, the Golden Trio. Team Dark, comprised of Shadow the Hedgehog, Rouge the Bat, and E123 Omega. Basically, think of him a lot like Gamma from Sonic Adventure 1, except more badass, but less of a personality. This is considered the, I don't want to say hard mode, but probably is the hard mode, because you face a lot more enemies, you face a lot more obstacles and whatnot, so they're basically like the higher on the difficulty curve. But over here, you have one of my favorite teams, Team Chaotix, featuring Espio the Chameleon Ninja, Vector the Crocodile, and Charmy Bee. They're detectives, the ones you want on your side. The thing about their playthrough is that you actually have to, instead of getting to the goal ring, you have to complete certain mission criteria. So in a way, it mixes up the challenge.
Team Chaotix offers a very unique mission-based style of gameplay.
Yeah, what the annoying robot said.
Team Dark stages are more difficult and recommended for the intermediate players.
Now, one of the big criticisms of this game is that you have to basically complete every single one of these teams in order to basically get the final ending of the game. And unfortunately, every single team goes through every single levels almost the exact same way. The difficulty spikes change things up a bit, as well as the missions, but to some people, it can get quite tedious playing the same levels over and over and over again. However, I actually feel like this adds more replay value to the game, as even though you're going through the same stages, you can still experience each one in a unique way. And so, I'm thinking for this playthrough, I'm going to go 100%, as no matter how long it takes me, I'm going to try to do 100%. But it's going to be in a very unique way, because I'm thinking that one episode will feature Team Sonic doing the first stage, then the next will feature Team Dark, the next Team Rose, and finally Team Chaotix. I want all of the teams to converge on the final level all at once, all at the same time, so that everything will sort of feel complete in a lot of ways, and it doesn't feel like we're leaving anyone behind and have to stop and wait for them to catch up. So, all that being said, 20 minutes into the video, let's finally start with Team Sonic. Man, I'm even padding this out even further because I really wanted to do more videos ever since I got back, because I actually went to visit Dad the week before Thanksgiving down in Mexico. That's how fast it was. I wanted to be back for Thanksgiving here in the United States and then basically I wanted to do a live stream for Thanksgiving. I wanted to live stream the classic Sonic the Hedgehog games, but unfortunately the Wi-Fi, or basically just the internet in general, in my new place doesn't seem to be able to support Wi-Fi, it doesn't be able to support live streaming, especially while other people are still in the house, so...
Let's blast through with Sonic speed!
Okay.
All right.
Here we go, Team Sonic. Let's start us off. So here we find Sonic just casually doing his thing.
Hey, look! It's Sonic!
And one of the memes of this game is that Tails has an annoying kid voice. Well, he is 8.
Yo, Tails! Long time no see!
Sonic, check this out!
The Tornado 2.0. How is the letter talking to us?
Sonic heroes, I finally developed the ultimate weapon. In 3 days, I'll conquer the world.
3 days?
Who can stop me?
What, are you gonna drop a giant moon on us?
Sounds like an invitation to party.
He just throws it away.
No worries. We've got this one.
Knuckles is so laid back.
Time to crack that Eggman wide open. Yeah, let's party!
And they just lift the tornado. I'm guessing that it's either on an autopilot or Tails actually gets so much more amusement from fixing, rebuilding, and working on the thing that he just decides to let it crash. Right, Seaside Hill, Stage 1. Head for the Whale Island. I don't care what anybody says, the graphics in this game are still beautiful.
Got it. Yeah!
Let's line up sideways from here on! Touch the checkpoint and restart from that spot when you lose a life. Each checkpoint increases the leader's level too. Take it!
There they are!
Eggman robot!
Leave them to me, Sonic.
How I've missed this. It is so satisfying to be able to play this after searching for it.
All
Leave
right.
it to me! Dave!
Yes!
Dave!
Got it.
Leave it to me!
Imagine not being able to nut for 3 weeks straight, and then finally... It's ironic. I had my own form of No Nut November after all. These keys unlock the secret stages. And, by basically destroying that robot, I got a level up for Sonic. The secret stages activate at the end of each level, and they basically allow you to get bonuses. They're also the key to getting the Chaos Emeralds, but I'm going to be very selective when it comes to getting the Chaos Emeralds because, what can I say? This game has a story, and I like story, so I'm going to basically do it as canonically as possible.
Speed formation allows you to attack enemies on the ground with Blue Tornado. Blue Tornado attacks enemies by scooping them off their feet.
Some of the submerged sea ruins move when you get close to them.
Level up!
Let's go! Dave!
You guys are probably wondering why I'm going back. Well, it all has to do with leveling up Tails, because now that Knuckles is at full power, I gotta get Sonic and Tails up as well. Man, I would have loved it if this game got a sequel.
Let's go! Whee! Level up! Dave!
Once you level up the characters, their attacks do a whole lot more damage. It's something that you're going to want to keep track of because it seems like when the characters are not leveled up at all, their attacks are pathetically weak.
Button repeatedly to increase ascent speed.
Bobsled.
Alright!
All right.
Level up!
Right, Tails is fully leveled up.
All right.
And now so is Sonic. We're not going there, are we? Yeah, it's better. You see,
Leave it to me!
Here we go.
Let me handle flying! No matter how
Ah!
Got it! Yeah!
I love it. You know, I can't be the only one who thinks this, but I'll demonstrate like once we're out of the cannon. When Knuckles attacks, does it sound like he's saying a certain word?
Yeah! Shit! 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 Shit!
I hear that Jason David Frank got reprimanded for something similar by Disney during the filming of Power Rangers Dino Thunder. Yeah, yeah! Stop swearing so much.
Not bad!
Alright, I got it!
No, you don't.
Leave it, let's go!
There are times where you can basically, like, pretty much break the whole necessity for needing to swap between characters. Like, if I had basically held onto the jump button, I could get on top of the side like this. Basically, you can pretty much get through as Sonic. Now, there are times where you wouldn't be able to do that, but still.
Got it!
Come back here, Sonic. Line up.
Alright!
Dang it.
This is all nothing!
Shit! Shit! Shit!
And the level isn't even half over.
Shit! Yeah!
Here we go!
Which means I gotta step on the gas.
Cannon to go up.
No, you're not. I wanna race for you.
Alright!
Alright! Alright!
Got it!
So we're basically just tearing down priceless ancient ruins, right?
Here we go!
Oh my, a wall. This could get vertical. You're supposed to use Rocket Excel here, but eh.
Go!
That's Rocket Excel.
That's it!
Woohoo!
Right behind you, Sonic.
Shit! Yeah!
Here we go! Go!
Let's get vertical again. Oh, I wonder what they want me to do. Team Blast. 6 minutes. That wasn't very cash money of me. Each Team Blast comes with a secondary ability that basically lasts for a few seconds. In Team Sonic's case, it's basically activates Sonic's light speed attack. All you need to do is jump and near enemies, and while you are in the air, press B. It will basically send Sonic onto pretty much another Team Blast-esque light speed attack that will destroy most, if not all, the enemies in the area. So, 6.5 minutes. That was not very cash money of me.
That was tight!
I gotta make sure that I get I get A ranks on these things because of that. Part of the way to 100% on this game is to get an all A rank on every single level twice. Here's the special stage. I'll explain more about the A ranks later.
Got it!
Here we go!
You collect these orbs, and the orbs basically fill up that meter up there above the whole Sonic's character swap. You basically can get more points the more you fill it up, but you can also go faster by pressing the B button. You pressing and holding the B button causes your levels to go down, so it's a catch-22. And going too fast can be hard to control. You know, it might just be me, but the music in this special stage sounds very familiar. Somebody catch those chows!
Leave it to me.
For those of you non-Sonic fans who are wondering just what the heck a chow is, basically imagine a Luma before the Lumas. That's pretty much the best description that I can give to them. Because in a lot of ways, they look very similar to Lumas, because they have that kind of distinctive teardrop head, they have similar looking eyes, body proportions are the same. I mean, in size, I mean, like, Lumas are clearly fatter than chows.
Not bad. Yes!
The first special stage is largely just for collecting extra lives, and don't get me wrong, you're gonna need them, so, like, be careful. Make sure you get as many special stages as you can, but like I said, I'm gonna basically, like, be very selective when it comes to collecting the Chaos Emeralds. And now we're on to Act 2, or Stage 2, Escape from the Ancient Ruins. A Sea Palace.
A sea palace.
Looks like Eggman's robot.
Look at that rainbow.
I'm ready to take them out.
Sonic, you go left.
Level up.
Here we go.
I said left, Sonic.
Level up.
The important thing is to basically try not to fight the game, because fighting it will eventually will kill you. Knock knock.
Ship.
Look at all those Eggman robots.
I'll take care of them.
And yes, Knuckles is in fact using Sonic and Tails as a pair of boxing gloves.
Let's go over there.
But considering that Sonic is basically like indestructible when in his ball form, I don't think that he minds all that much.
Those ruins are so ancient, they may crumble if we get too close to them.
Whoa!
Use the current from that fan to go up. Ready to try the triangle dive?
Triangle dive! Wait, isn't there supposed to be a balloon? Nope, I guess not. Like I said, selective. The second stage of each act is always the Chaos Emerald. So, I'm gonna leave the key behind. Let another team get it.
Okay.
Level up. Leave it to me.
Awesome.
Let's go. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Go. Yeah.
All right.
Got it.
Triangle jump.
With Sonic as leader, use homing attack to approach a wall. Press the A button to perform triangle jump. Use the control stick to change the jump angle. Got it.
All right.
99 Mischluftballons.
Level up.
There's usually a goodie back here. Yep.
Here we go.
And I just love it. The L and R buttons control the camera.
Got it. Okay.
Wow, Tails and Sonic are already leveled up. Usually I end up powering up Knuckles first. Oh well, he's about to get his.
This turtle is swimming with a block on his back.
Look at all these turtles.
Well, at least he'll carry it and not us.
You guys remember what I always say, right? Turtles are good people.
Let's take out the robots first.
Turtles are good people.
Shield. Alright!
And I'm just now realizing the major irony of basically having played like Majora's Mask, featuring basically like a giant sea turtle with a whole island and friggin' robot ruined. Got me hit and whatnot.
Got it!
I mean, I probably should have mentioned it earlier, but this whole turtle section is an example of the variety that you can have while playing this game, because that first sea turtle that we were on, it basically diverged the path into 3 different sections. You can choose which path to take based on whose character you're playing as at the time. I chose Sonic to get through it as quickly as possible, but you have the option of choosing either Knuckles or Tails to do something different. So, effectively, you can, like, change up the variety of how you play this game. It just depends on how you do it.
Got it!
That's it!
Leave it to me. Let's go! Dave!
Got it!
Leave it to me. Dave! Let's go.
It never hurts to basically pick up, like, more level ups, even if you're already fully powered up, because they give you bonus points.
Not bad. Knuckles, we're counting on you. Here we go!
Leave it to me. Dave! 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 Alright!
Got it!
Here we go.
Whoa! What's with that giant rock?
It's coming this way!
Get out of the way! Here we go!
Woohoo!
They're too hot now!
Looks like its buddy has joined the party.
They look like giant donuts. Donut Lord.
Go! Yes!
All that was missing is the Indiana Jones theme.
Perfect!
Excellent. Awesome. I got 2 A ranks. And now... at the end of each area, you fight a boss.
Stop your futile efforts. You'll just make fools of yourselves.
Really?
I think you got that backwards, Doc.
I like the concept of the Egg Hawk, because, I mean, Eggman's basically had that floating chair for, like, years, so it's kind of cool with the idea that he basically puts it in the cockpit of a giant plane.
Take this! Oh no! Those roofers are gone!
Make sure you check these crates.
Level up!
If I break the rotors on the wings, I'm sure that'll slow it down.
Go! Go!
Got it!
Aim for Eggman when the track is spinning.
Rookery attack! What's the matter, Eggman?
I could have done that like 20 seconds sooner if I hadn't gotten hit all those times. Because the only thing that matters in boss fights is time. And where there's time, there's speed. Damn!
Ready for the junk pile.
That's heartbreaking because it means that I'm gonna have to go back and do it again. But that's to be expected when playing this game, because we're basically starting up Stage 3 of the Grand Metropolis, but we're not actually moving on to the Grand Metropolis just yet.
Looks like Eggman escaped into the city.
Eggman's robots are taking control of everything.
Let's find Eggman and show him the real power of teamwork.
Sorry, Sonic, that's gonna have to wait for next time, and holy crap, there was a friggin' checkpoint behind the starting point. Actually, now that I've looked at it, this whole starting point is actually I think it's the point at where the level ends. Anyways, well, don't worry, Sonic, by the time we actually get back to you guys, people probably won't even remember this cutscene. You see, we're gonna stop right there, but the episode isn't over yet, because now that you've basically started playing the game, a new section opens up called Challenge. In Challenge mode, you can basically go back and play previous levels that you've already beaten in order to basically either improve your time, improve your score, or possibly try to get the Chaos Emerald. But you also notice that there's a second emblem here. Yeah. Basically speaking, throughout the entire game, you pretty much have to play each level as each team twice, because the second emblem that you get gives you a different sort of challenge that makes playing the level the slightest bit harder. So, in order to get 100% of the game, I'm gonna do these challenges as they unlock, because I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. I mean, don't knock it. Like, there was one time where I started up this game without a memory card, and I actually managed to get A ranks on all the secondary missions within like 24 hours. So,
Let's blast through with Sonic speed.
Okay.
All right.
let's go. Get to the goal ring within 5 minutes. My previous record was 6.5. Now we got a big friggin' timer down in the corner.
All right.
Got it!
It's line up sideways from here on.
Here we
This
go.
is the checkpoint, and we start from that spot when you lose a life. Each checkpoint increases the leader's limit too.
I'll break this rock into pieces with my fingers.
Leave it to me.
Here we go. Yeah.
Got it!
Look at all those Eggman robots.
Shit, we're up. Shit. Here we go.
Let Sonic take care of this.
Level up.
Got it! Already?
Here we go.
Yeah! Pressing the B button during a jump while in speed formation allows you to attack enemies on the ground with Blue Tornado. Blue Tornado attacks enemies by scooping them off their feet.
Yahoo!
Let's go! Chase!
Best left to Tails. Press and hold the A button to ascend while flying. Press the A button repeatedly to ascend quickly.
If you basically complete, like, the bobsled and set a new time record, you can actually get a level up for whoever is in the lead.
Got it!
Here we go.
Level up! Got it!
For a second there, I thought we weren't going to make that. I thought that it was essential to get the rainbow rings.
Let's go!
Here we go.
Tails, flying enemies are all yours.
No, they're not.
Thundershoot.
All right. Yes. Here we go!
Alright, I got it! Let's go! Chase!
Here we go! Go! Take this!
Alright!
You see, that's the importance of knowing what the buttons are going to do.
Alright! This is all nothing!
Crap, I'm running out of time.
Okay, when jumping, press the B button in power formation to use fire dunk. I turn Sonic and Tails into fireballs to shoot at enemies.
I'm falling!
Almost there.
Alright!
All right!
Alright!
All right!
Got it!
Here we go! Yeah!
Let Sonic take care of this.
Yeah! Yeah! Go!
That was very risky.
Yeah!
What a wild ride!
Go! Yeah! Yeah! Go! Go! Take this! Go! Yes!
Man, that could have easily blundered up the entire run. Yes!
That was tight!
That was actually quite stress-inducing. I think maybe it's the added pressure from having to do this on a recording. Because you know, like, as soon as you start recording something, even if it's something you've done 1,000,000 times, it'll always be the one time where you suck at it. Throw previous experience out the window.
Let's blast through with Sonic speed!
Okay!
All right!
I've got my Minecraft world open. I've got an AFK fish farm going on in the back, and man, Mojang really nerfed the hell out of them. Out of the AFK fish farms, I mean.
A sea palace!
Looks like X-Men's robots are here too!
I'm ready to take them out.
Level up!
Leave it to me! Alright!
Look, can you break open that stone door?
Look at all those X-Men's robots!
I'll take care of them. Yeah!
Got it!
Let's go up there!
Let's go! Let's go!
Here we go! Yeah! Level up!
Pillars on both sides of the path are beginning to crumble. You better watch out! Leave it to me! Let's go! Let's go!
Knuckles, we're counting on you. Here we go! Go! Yeah!
I have no idea why that first one didn't crumble, but if it had,
Here we go! Level up!
Got
Leave
it!
it to me! Let's go! Let's go! All set!
Got it!
Level up!
If we use triangle dive, we can move all around while gliding.
Let's try getting items if we can!
Level up! Here we go! Go!
Got it!
what do you guys think? Think I'm gonna make it?
Here we go!
Not bad!
This turtle is swimming with a block on its back.
It looks really heavy.
Well, at least he'll carry it and not us.
Level up! Hey, Sonic, can you blow up that robot shield? Leave it to me! Yay! Let's go!
Here we go!
Yeah!
Got it!
Press the B button while jumping in power formation to use Fire Knuckles. Knuckles shoots us as fireballs at the enemies.
Yay! Let's go!
Got it!
Knuckles, we're counting on you. Here we go!
Got it!
Here we go!
Well, we try going up there!
Level up!
Here we go.
Whoa! What's with that giant rock?
It's coming this way!
Get out of the way! Here we go!
I swear, there are 4 rocks by the end of this. Okay, I have legit no idea how that happened. And now I've basically been returned to square one. So let's hope that this is entirely a time trial that ultimately doesn't matter what your level up score is. Look, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes this game is capable of glitching from time to time, but it's still an overall a solid game.
I'm falling!
Yes!
Cross your fingers, folks.
A bit tough!
Unbelievable. Well, that means I'm just gonna have to go back and do it again. I guess that means I'm gonna have to edit this video down so you guys don't have to witness all of that. All because a 1,000,000-to-1 glitch happened. Well, at least now I know wiser. The time is a criteria, but it ultimately depends on your score.
Well, we tried going up there!
Here we go!
Alright, here we go again. I made it here like 20 seconds earlier.
What's with that giant rock?
It's coming this way!
Get out of the way! Here we go!
So far, so good.
Ah! They're too hot
Looks like its buddy has joined the party.
Now we're really on a roll.
now! I'm falling!
Yeah! Yes!
Yes!
That was tight!
Yes! Right. Now, before we finish off this episode, there's still one more thing to do. We gotta correct a mistake. Because there's no way I'm leaving the Egg Hawk with a B rank. Yeah, when you play basically in challenge mode, it basically skips all the cutscenes.
I'm not ready to give up just yet!
That's the spirit, Tails.
And sometimes he doesn't stop.
Got it. Try slowing it down. Then Sonic and I will take it from there.
Leave it to me.
Alright, here we go! Go!
Got it!
Knuckles, Dave Brightman, the track is finished.
Initiate rotary attack! Shit! Shit! Take this! No! Those rotors are gone! Shit! Shit! Is that all you got? Shit! Already?
This could be it.
Blast away!
Because usually all it takes is one team blast to bring a boss like this down.
Blast away! What's the matter, Eggman? Got nothing left?
Eggman, give it up.
There's no way out this time. Give yourself up.
Okay, I've already failed, so I'm gonna restart. If he hadn't, it's because he didn't stop. You also gotta be careful with restarting, because it can cost you a life.
Spirit Tails. Shit! Take this! Initiate rotary attack! Shit! Take this! No! Those rotors are gone! Is that all? Shit! Shit! You shit!
What's the matter, Eggman? Got nothing left?
Eggman, give it up.
There's no way out this time. Give yourself up.
Level up!
This isn't the end!
Yes! Piece of cake. Too easy.
Right. So now I've gotten 5 emblems and they're all A rank. And Team Sonic currently has 17 lives. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for this episode. So, like I said, we're going to basically do this one team and one area at a time. So, that was Team Sonic on the Seaside Hill, the first Area 1. When we come back, we'll be doing the same level with Team Dark, and it'll basically have, I guess, a few answers as to how Shadow is able to be in this game, but it'll also raise a whole lot more questions. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment on the comment section below. Like it, share it with your friends. If you want to keep up to date with more Sonic heroes coming at you in the future, then be sure to smash that subscribe button, like your knuckles breaking through one of those rock barriers, and ring that little bell for notifications. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later!